Hi there, welcome back. So in today's video, Wayne is going to do a demonstration using these stunning powders. Now these aren't chameleon, they are chrome powders. And as usual, everything we've used in today's video will be linked in the description box below. Look at this mould. This mould, chef's kiss. It's redesigned by Prima. We've treated ourselves, and thanks, by the way, to the recommendation for these moulds from the lovely Gypsy Rose. You know who you are. So we've made a couple of purchases. So there's this video and there is another video as well using a different mould that you'll see. Again, with the chrome colours, the chrome powders, but bits of it have been sped up because, you don't want to sit for ages just washing us, applying powders or mica powders, chrome powders in this case, in fact, to moulds. So just using a dry bristled paint brush, which actually came with the set, to apply this stunning red, deep red colour to this mould. Now, a little goes a long way. That is what I would say regarding these chrome powders. A little goes a long way. So we're probably using a little bit too much here, but this is the first time of us using these powders on this mould. First time ever using this mould as well. Can't wait for you to see just how much detail there is. So it's just cleaning up as we go. And this is just using a wet wipe. Or, we get our wipes, in fact, from our local Home Depot or DIY place. So we're going in now with a slightly different colour. This is more of a pinky colour. I think there are 12 colours by rights, I think. Apologies if that's incorrect, in this set. And we're just going in, highlighting some of the different colours in the flowers on these branches. Now, this mould has got 3 separate sections to it, so you don't have to use all of it in your project. You can just use the birds or the branches or the foliage or the flowers, totally up to you. So Wayne, what he's doing now is he's just filling in the rest of the little flowers that he wants to in that beautiful colour chrome powder. There you go, you can see it now. One thing I ought to point out here is that these moulds are a matte finish, which means, of course, your result when you demold it is going to be matte. It's not going to be shiny. So if you're happy with that, great. If you're not, then there are some things you can do. I mean, you'll see what Wayne does later on in this video. If you've joined us today, by the way, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, why not subscribe? We upload, currently at the moment, we're only uploading twice a week on a Friday and a Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time. Normally we do it 3 times a week, but we've got a few home renovations and decorating going on, so that's taking up quite a bit of our time. When that's not happening, then it's 3 times a week on a Wednesday, a Friday and a Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time. And we're usually how-to videos where we show you how we're doing something to give you a bit of inspiration to go away and maybe have a go for yourself perhaps, or to give you a few ideas of what to do. Now, although these birds are sitting on branches and so on, these branches aren't very big, so Wayne decided he's going to go with a green rather than brown. So it's more like stems, if you know what I mean, long-stemmed flowers and things. But look at the vibrancy of this green. I mean, wow. Again, we're probably using way too much of the powder, but, it is what it is. We will know for future projects. And there we go. As I said, this part has been sped up because you don't want to sit for 10 minutes watching somebody applying powders to a mould. There we go, just making sure that every last little bit is covered where he wants it to be. And then he's gone in and he's cleaned it up, again using a wipe. Now, the birds, my goodness me, I just need to say the detail on the feathers, the tails, the head, the beak, I mean, the eyes even. It's just, I haven't seen any other moulds that come close to this yet. So Wayne has chosen these colours, the vibrancy, the contrast, stunning, I know I keep saying the word stunning, but I think I'm going to be a little bit obsessed with these chrome powders and maybe these moulds. But they do look almost like they've been hand drawn, some of these birds. They really do look like you're looking at a pencil line drawn picture. Sorry if I'm not making myself very clear here, but look at that. I mean, if you do a freeze frame now or do a screen grab, you know, you'll know what I'm talking about. Look at that blue. Goodness me. The strongest, most beautiful sapphire blue mixing with the contrast of that almost mauvey amethyst colour. I am getting, these aren't your like everyday sparrows. Nothing wrong with sparrows. Lovely shades of browns and autumnal colours and things like that. Hummingbirds, except for the fact, of course, these do not have the long beaks that the hummingbird has. And here we go, look, another stunning colour from the chrome powders. It's like a tealy blue colour. I mean, peacocks as well. These are also giving me, these colours are reminding me of peacocks. Obviously not the birds themselves, but they're reminding me of peacocks. And look at that. Wow. These are just beautiful. I mean, they would look great if you did them in regular epoxy resin, if you decided to put air dried clay in here, and then once you get the clay out, you let it set up completely to dry out, to cure, and then maybe you hand paint them, obviously depending on your sort of skill levels as to whether or not you feel comfortable doing that. And so on. Now this, yes, he's turned the mould round the other way. You saw him turn the mould upside down. He gave it a tap to get rid of any of the loose powder, cleaned up the mould, and then he's made up some T-Expert resin. Unfortunately, sorry, you haven't got any footage of that, but if you look back on our previous videos, you'll see how that's done. He's added in some black pigment to it, and he's just carefully pouring it into the mould, and he's decanted some of it into a smaller silicone jug, and then he's got a silicone tipped tool with a point on the end, just persuading the resin to go down into all the little details of the mould. Now, with hindsight, he said he probably would have used a darker pigment or more of a pigment paste, black pigment paste, to add to this, because the cured piece is still a little bit see-through, and he wanted it to be really a very deep, dense black colour, just so that the colours of the chrome powders that you'd use could really pop. There we are. Look at that. So again, carefully just filling the rest of the mould here, very slowly. This is done, we have sped up this clip just because, you know, it took a little while. So just go nice and careful, trying not to get any overspill so you don't have a lot of cleanup to do when you've demoulded it. Carefully, fine lines going into that mould there. There we are, look at that. So once you're happy and you feel that it's gone into all the little detailed parts of the moulds, which is what he's just going over there now, you then spritz it with some isopropyl alcohol, which you'll see him do shortly. There we go. Just to get rid of any little surface bubbles that crop up. And he just placed it to one side. What you saw then as well was the a little skull that we're making where we pour in leftover resin. So this is the following day. This is 24 hours later. It's still a bit bendy at this point, so do go careful. So look, here is the first one. Now this reminds me of a fuchsia plant. But can you see that matte finish is really, really lovely, but not what we wanted. So we'll show you how that's remedied very soon. So he's just going with the long branch here, or stem, So you could use these in a number of ways. You could use air dry clay, you could use polyurethane resin in them, you could use epoxy resin like we've done, you could use your eco resins in here as well. They would all set up very, very nicely. Obviously, if you're going to use your eco resin, do be careful because there's a lot of fine detail and thin pieces, so they may snap when you demold. So just go careful with that. Make sure it's fully cured before you demold. There we go. Nice clean mold. And look at these birds. Look at that. Now, the matte finish on these is beautiful. Can you see all the details of the wings? I mean, you know, and then you can arrange these pieces, these additional pieces, however you want to, or leave them out and have them for another project. Whilst they're still bendable, you could attach them to a vase, so you could bend them around the shape of the vase. Up to you if you decide to do that. Now, can you see here, Wayne's had a little go with some UV resin on the flower there. So you've got one that has been coated with UV resin and one that hasn't been. So all he's doing is he's just got some J. Diction, I think it is, UV resin in a little pot there, the silicone tip tool, and he's just dipping the tool in and then using it like a paintbrush to coat his piece here with the UV resin, and then he'll put it under the lamp to cure it. And we've got a lovely new lamp for curing UV resin, which also will be linked in the description box below. So there you go. As you can see, Wayne's not actually wearing any gloves. He said he was happy not to wear gloves at this point because he wasn't going to be handling the uncured resin. Obviously, if it was me doing it, I wear gloves at all times, no matter what. If you want to wear gloves, then please wear gloves. Just follow the manufacturer's instructions and guidelines with regards to your PEP that you should be doing and wearing whilst using resin. So this is just a time lapse of him doing the other pieces from the mould that had cured, and now with the birds. Look at this. I want to say they come alive, but obviously they don't. But the clear coat of the UV resin, just look at that. Can you see the difference there? We've got the matte finish there, beautiful blending of those chrome powders as well, and then with the UV over the top there on that bird on the end. So I just want to say again, if you've joined us today, thank you for joining us. If you joined us in the live chat, hi to everybody who joined us in the live chat. We really appreciate everybody who watches our videos, whether you're subscribed to our channel or not. Give us a thumbs up, hit the notification all button, and let us know in the comments, what colour combo would you use? Have you used these chrome powders before? Have you used these kinds of moulds before? And, you know, what were your results like? If you've got any messages regarding what we've done and any further detail, then please, by all means, pop it down in a comment, or you can always message us at lottiejasminedesigns@gmail.com, and we'll respond as soon as we can. So we've got a few more end shots here. That's those birds. Oh my gosh. The one thing we might do is might go in and just put a little black bit of acrylic paint in where the eyes would be, but that would be it. And we've put ours in a picture frame just to show you what they look like. There we go. So again, thanks everybody. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.